Jess Tucker, Product Marketing Manager, and Jason Demon, Associate Director of Solutions Consulting. They're going to share the tricks of the trade to deliver customer experiences that feel effortless, connected, and unforgettable. So let's please give a warm welcome to Jess and Jason.
Now, obviously, I am not Jess Tucker, but maybe I am. My headshots changed a lot. But no, jokes aside, unfortunately, Jess is a little bit under the weather, so she is back home resting in San Ramon. So we're all wishing her a speedy recovery. I do think she's on the live stream, so if you are, hi, Jess. But you're stuck with me. So I'm Andrew LeClaire, Director of Product Marketing for Studio, and I'm thrilled to be joined by
Jason, Associate Director of Solutions Consulting.
And today, we're super excited because we're going to do a number of different things here. So we're going to talk through why Omnichannel is important. We're going to talk about why it matters to your business. And what I'm most excited for is we're actually going to show you how to bring that to life through Studio. But before we do that, Omnichannel is probably a term that everybody in this room has heard, what, 1 million, 2 million times by now? So what I want you guys to do is shout out a word that you associate with Omnichannel. I'll kick us off with one that probably no one's ever heard of before, but seamless. So what are some other words that come to mind? All right, everybody all at once, yeah. Orchestrate, integrated. Any others? Man, you guys are shy. So I inspired us with some other words. But what this is all about is this, right? So like for us, here's what Omnichannel really means. So if you think about Omnichannel, it's all about creating that seamless, that connected experience across every touch point: email, mobile, SMS, web, and beyond. And if you think about it, that's the unique difference here. So it's not about just having a presence in every one of these channels and showing up in a bunch of different places like with multi-channel marketing. With Omnichannel, it's all about creating that seamless conversation. So as somebody moves and ebbs and flows between channels, everything is perfectly connected. And here's why that matters. It matters because when we get this right, it has a tremendous impact to our business. So organizations that have a strong omnichannel engagement see a 3x year-over-year higher revenue performance versus those that struggle to execute on that vision. And it's not just our top line, right? In terms of customer retention, those organizations that have a strong omnichannel offering see retention rates approach 90% versus 33% for those that struggle. And in terms of that customer point of view, when customers engage and have successful interactions across multiple different channels, they have a 30% higher lifetime value. And so the question becomes, how do we power this? Well, at Movable Inc., here's how we like to think about it. And we call these the 3 C's. And we're going to dive into each of these in more detail as we go. But first and foremost, every interaction has to be customized to the individual, to you, to me. But beyond that, it also has to be consistent, not only in message, but also in the creative. And finally, it needs to be connected across all of our different touch points, like I said earlier, where everyone is learning, adapting based on what occurs in any other channel. So let's dive in, right? Starting with the first of these, custom. So Jess has a wild 2-year-old son, and so she was telling me a story the other day about how she was in the market for some new shoes for him. And so she's like, yeah, I'm online, I'm browsing toddler shoes, I filter by size and color, read all the ratings and reviews, and then life happens. So her toddler actually broke into a kitchen cabinet and proceeded to pour cat food all over the floor. And like the good mother that she is, she completely abandons the session and goes and helps him pick up the mess that he's made. So wouldn't it be amazing if the next time that she engaged with this brand, she received a personalized experience based on that versus just a generic campaign? And so, Jason, if I can kick that over to you, how would we bring that type of thing to life using Studio?
Yeah, happy to show you, Andrew. With Movable Link Studio, a marketer can create custom data-activated, personalized content across multiple channels. That data can come from CRM personalization fields, API endpoints, CDPs, data lakes, or from any of the partners that you see here in our integrations gallery.
Yeah, and I think what's key about integrations gallery and kind of what you just said is that it really doesn't matter where this data lives, right? Like you can keep it in all of the systems that you already have, and Movable Link will just reach out to that and access and activate it in real time as you're building out that creative, all without needing to do a new build. And so really, as I think about this, it's all about making that personalization scalable and making it effortless. But once we've got this data plugged in, like what do we do with it? What happens next?
Yeah, exactly. So here I'm going to show you how we transform that rich data into personalized content. With Tactics, we make it even easier for marketers to leverage our most loved use cases. Everything from quick wins like countdown timers and scratch off, to more sophisticated ones like product grids and live polls. Tactics provides intuitive, step-by-step workflows that allow marketers to launch use cases fast, test, and iterate. And now let me show you how easy it is to build one. So if I click into a behavioral product grid tactic, for example, we are shown a summary of the features, strategic goals that it helps drive, and the requirements for building out that tactic. Tactics truly creates a self-service experience that is tailored to continuously optimizing dynamic content, giving marketers not just the what to build, but the why behind it. That level of clarity means teams can act faster with more confidence without needing to rely on complex, lengthy briefs across cross-functional handoffs. Now let's run through the flow of how to build a product grid that's personalized to Jess's browse behaviors. To start the workflow, you can configure the layout of the product grid. You can adjust the numbers of rows on the grid along with the number of columns. So you can see how flexible and agile Movable Link's Tactics allows your marketers to be while still giving them the design freedom that they know and love. And after we select the product grid layout that we want, the fun part begins here in Movable Link's designer interface. When I'm meeting with marketers, they always tell me how easy Studio's designer is to use. It allows them to utilize branded fonts and stay within their brand guidelines. So how does this look as we build out the personalized product grid for Jess? Within Designer, we're able to pull from various data sources and layer them onto existing creative. Here, we're plugging directly into a product feed API to pull in product images, prices, and names, all at the moment of email open. We can then add in design elements like an olive green background, rounded edges on the product images, colored text to match a hex code, and a colorful CTA button. So let's now preview that product tile that we've been designing. Voila. Because we can see the full product image that we've just designed, we've now confirmed that the product API is successfully returning product data. This data is also paired with user-level behavioral data that has informed this particular image. Jess has been previously browsing summer toddler boy shoes. Therefore, show the products in that category. And what's powerful is that this experience is completely personalized for every customer. So while Jess sees toddler shoes, someone like me who's expecting his first child, a daughter.
Dang, dude, like, first, congratulations, but like, heck of a way to announce it right here at Think Summit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it up.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I might see a grid of polka dot skirts and Mary Jane flats instead, for example. And every individual gets content tailored to their interests in real time. Now her email is displaying a product grid with personalized offers on summer shoes for her toddler.
Yeah, and so when content feels custom like this, our consumers, they're more likely to stick around, right? And because of that increase in engagement, we also see increases in things like click rates, things like conversions. And as you were mentioning, Jason, the key about all of that is we can do it without having to build a bunch of one-off campaigns. But okay, let's take a look at the second critical capability of consistent. So here's kind of a common disconnect that we hear a lot. So to play out that example we were talking about earlier, let's say that Jess gets that perfect email, right? That's customized to her, showing her products based on things like her browse behavior, abandoned cart, you name it, right? But then she clicks through and ends up on a landing page, and those products are nowhere to be found, right? So for her, that creates an interrupted experience, and it leaves her feeling annoyed. But what if that landing page could leverage those same products, right? Same messaging, same creative. That experience would be effortless, and it would build her trust. And so, Jason, can you kind of walk us through the process of how we're going to ensure that consistency using Studio?
Yeah, happy to. So now that we've seen Jess's hyper-personalized product grid offers within her email, how can Studio bring her a consistent experience when she clicks through and lands onto the incredible retail website? So in the past, this personalized offer landing page required the maintenance of 80 different landing page code bases. Marketers can now bring data-activated content personalization to their web landing pages in a more efficient workflow. Movable Link Studio code can now be injected into areas of the landing page to power product grids, custom offers, or a key messaging banner at the top of the page. And the best part is, you can set up custom business logic behind the actions or these sections of the landing page. And just like in the email channel, it's just a single piece of code powering hundreds of different variations, saving teams a ton of time. No more managing and updating numerous code bases. So now, the personalized product offers that Jess saw in her email are seamlessly displayed upon her click and landing onto the website. How cool is that?
I mean, I love this, right? And that's what it's all about, right? It's about not only just personalizing in one channel or even across channels, but each operating in their own silo. It's about how we create that consistent experience regardless of where somebody chooses to engage. And so if I can kind of put a bow on that and sum that up, right? When consumers feel this consistency, they're likely to feel more confident in their purchase decisions. And folks that are using Studio can do things like increase their brand perception and their conversions, right? By delivering that unified experience every time, everywhere. And speaking of that, that brings us to our third C of connected. So let's say that Jess ends up buying one of those items that we show her in the product grid, and she browses a few others, adds them to her wish list, but she's not ready to make those purchases yet. So wouldn't it be amazing if we were able to use all of those web behaviors to influence an experience on a different channel, say mobile, for example?
Yeah, so let's take a look at mobile. To demonstrate this, let's transition over to the mobile channel with one of my favorite tactics, the peel-off tactic. This is a great way to enhance engagement and click-through by letting users uncover personalized offers. So let's kick off the workflow. You can see the same flow we saw earlier with the product grid, making it really straightforward for the marketer to configure these content blocks. So let's say Jess ended up purchasing those shoes, as Andrew said, after landing onto the incredible retail website. With Studio's interactive in-app message functionality, marketers can add interactive and animated elements to your standard in-app messages. We can easily build out data-activated peel-to-reveal elements that allow the customer to interact with the mobile by peeling off to show a complete the outfit product bundle. This product bundle can be powered by a recommendations engine, data from a CDP, or even a visual styling API. So here in Designer, you can connect the data from the product recommendations API engine into the image that's being revealed in this in-app message. You can even add a background image as well to really bring in that summer feeling. So now let's add an image overlay to hide the dynamic product bundle to create an exciting in-app moment for the customer. You can also customize the color of the corner to peel back. So here's a personalized peel-off message in action. How fun is that? Now Jess can shop for outfits that will go with those cool shoes that she just bought for her toddler. This example shows how data-activated content powered by Studio allows you to create a connected brand experience across channels by delivering the relevant message at any point during the customer journey. And just like everything with Studio, we wanted to give you the ability to customize this reporting based on your own unique needs. So as you can see here, you're able to view this tactic performance across different metrics like impressions, or clicks, or conversions, and also by different date ranges, like say the past 30 or 60 days, for example.
Yeah, and I think for me, kind of what stands out here is two things, right? One, the real power of this is that every piece of this experience, from that initial product grid that we saw in email, that we transformed for the landing page, and now into the interactive in-app, is all consistent, right? It's all connected, and it's all customized. And the second point is what you were just saying, that it's a full loop, right? So activate, create, optimize, all within one place, right? One product, and all moving at the speed of your customers.
So looking at this generic retail email, we can see that these shoes are not personalized to Jess's previous browsing behavior and not visually appealing. But now, with Movable Link, we can see that it's transformed into a hyper-personalized, beautiful-looking email tailored specifically to Jess.
And so when brands can do this, right, when they can connect all of these experiences across email, mobile, web, you name it, right, it does two things. It removes friction and it drives action. And Studio lets you orchestrate these experiences with ease so that customers feel recognized. And more important than that, they feel remembered no matter where they choose to engage. But okay, we covered a lot here today, so let me try to wrap it up and put a bow on this. So if you're gonna do omnichannel correctly, you need to do these three things. First, it's all about customizing to each customer so that we're not sending out generic messages, but content that's relevant in real time, the moment that they engage. And then it's important to keep that consistent, right, as they ebb and flow between all these different channels, recognizing things like their preferences, their names, their context, their journey, whether it's their first visit or their 15th visit. And then point number 3, it's all about connected. So as we engage, browsing a product grid on mobile, that when I come to an email or I come to web, I'm gonna see that same experience and be able to have that personalized connection with the brand, regardless of where I choose to engage. And all of this can be powered by Movable Link Studio. And so if you want to learn more about that and how Studio brings this all to life, I would encourage you to go ahead and scan the QR code. It's going to give you everything you need to know and more. And please come see us at the demo booth. I'll be hanging out there. Jason will be hanging out there. We would love to bring a real-world use case for your brand to life. So with that, on behalf of Jason, just wanted to say thank you, everybody, and we hope you enjoy the rest of Think Summit.